Hello everybody, Ministrom here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we're trying to figure out why we were not producing modules as fast as we should be, and pretty much determined that it was a result of some issues with the puffer farm, where we weren't producing enough meat to run the whole system to create the crystals that we need to make the modules. So my answer to solve that particular problem was to just add modules to everything and to upgrade the modules that were already in some of these systems. Like, oh, there's one of the fish farms that didn't get updated. That's alright. So, for example, the fish farms, and we also set up some hatcheries to hatch some of the blazing puffer eggs that we had. I initially made the mistake of thinking that these were the actual blazing puffers, not the eggs. But we're hatching the eggs and then feeding those puffers into the butcheries to turn them into meat. So that appears to be helping, so that's good. And so yep, we actually have crystals now. That's all running, so hopefully we'll let our modules build up. So, in the meantime, while we're waiting for all that to happen, I decided to go ahead and start working on designs for artillery weaponry. Now that we actually have expanding biter nests, we can build some artillery cannons. So that is going to be the plan. Now, I am working on options for the explosives that we're going to need. And we can get them with farms, but let's see, epichlorohydrin gas. Let me explore what the other options are going to be. Epichlorohydrin. Sodium hydroxide. That's a lot of sodium hydroxide. Hydrochloric acid. We have sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. This is an incredibly powerful alkaline, and that's a powerful acid. Okay. Propane gas. Propane. Methanol gas. Make some residual gas. Methanol gas. We can get from methane gas. That's a lot of steam. Methane gas can come from natural gas liquids. We would want the process that is going to give us the most methane. We would need synthesis gas. No, we would go with just basically straight. That's what? 35. We would need 1,459 per second natural gas liquids. Raw gas. We would need 24 pump jack 5s to be able to supply 3,000 per second natural gas to make that happen. Yikes. Okay. Is there a more efficient method? Right, because I think that the glycerol method... I was thinking to try to use natural gas. We need coal as part of this. The glycerol... And that's the epichlorohydrin again. Hold on. Was that the... No, that was the method I was just looking at. Toluene. You would need natural gas liquids at a pretty high rate. You produce ethane, butane, and methane. I have to think about where we might be able to use some of that, but I'd see the residual gas would have to come from... we get some... Let's see, methane, ethane, butane. Methane, ethane, and butane. We could convert into methanol, ethylene, and benzene and create residual gas. I want to create residual gas. See, it's trying to create all the residual gas. Then we would need natural gas liquids. Actually, let's compute by factory. We're doing what? 5 of those factories? Make 1.2 per second. Okay, and then... And let's assume that for these purposes, we're going to be using modules to reduce numbers. It's going to be 2, 2, okay. And we would be wanting to consume 544.5 methane. So 1/4 of this. So we're talking 4, 3. Yeah, it would have to be 4. Okay. Let's see, would it be 4 all around? It would be 4 all around. And that's going to produce 630 synthesis gas. We're short 50 per second synthesis gas. Is there another method that we could achieve synthesis gas? We're taking that methanol and we could further break it down into propane. (252 per second methanol. No. Yeah. And that would make the 50 residual gas that we need to that out. Okay. We need 2,000 per second steam. And actually, this is gonna be what? A 3.5? 3.5 and 3.5. Yeah, the point that we would actually need 6. Six. 750 methanol. What if we did 5.5? Run one of them at half rate. Yep, okay. I think that will work out. So, we would just need a source of natural gas. That could provide still around 3,000 per second natural gas to be able to make 1.2 artillery shells per second. I don't think we really need to run anything that high. But okay. We're going to have some byproduct sulfuric wastewater. We're going to have some byproduct gas condensates. I don't know what we might be able to do with the gas condensates. We would probably just have to burn them off. Okay. That'd be fine. Okay. And we're going to deplete natural gas deposits. But we have some around. We have 1.8 million up here. We have 2.9 million. We have, what was this? 4.8 million over there. That's one of the largest gas deposits is over there. Okay, trying to build that is going to be interesting. Not impossible, just interesting. Okay. Here is what I would want to do. First of all, I'm going to clean up the inventory a little bit. Because what I don't want to have happen is to have my construction bots flying up there. So I'm going to have to build everything manually. Well, not necessarily. I'm going to have to build everything from stuff in my own inventory. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need... we're gonna need reinforced concrete walls. So bring me a bunch of those. I would go with... Yeah, might as well be 500. Bring them. Bring me... some laser turrets. Bring me a couple of hundred laser turrets. Bring me 50 gathering turrets. That would be fine. Power plants. Are we gonna provide power? Now that we could probably do. Because we could run... Well, we're going to have to build a port. Which means we're going to need to secure here. So what I might do is build... What we're going to need to do... Yeah, we're going to need like to secure this area, right where this saphirite ore deposit is. So, this is how we're going to do it. Is... We're going to use this spot here. Yep, right there should work. Of course. Oh. And it should be fine. But I think I will definitely want to landfill all of this. All right. So that'll be that plan. And then what we'll do is we will flip around here. Now we will go ahead and extend like all the way across. Yep, all the way across there. Alright, so that'll secure this little area here. Now, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to landfill probably a lot of this area here. Alright. Which means we are going to have to kind of create a corner here. Which is fine. And we'll need to get some roboports. And I'll probably also need to landfill a lot of this. So what we'll do is a landfill across here. And probably, well, yeah, we don't want that. Yep, and then probably landfill across here. All right. All right, landfill's going in. And since we're already landfilling like crazy, what we should just go ahead and do is just landfill all of this, square that all off, and then we'll just have to extend the wall. And what I should probably actually do is just go up there myself. There we go. There's substation 2s. I mean, they'll work. I just don't have any of them on me. And why is electricity not getting through here? Probably because that pole is in the wrong spot. Alright, laser turrets. They are fortunately very easy to install. Good enough. Yeah, we got logistics bots on the way to deliver me some stuff. Alright. Well, while we wait for those, let's go ahead and plan in the next set of roboports. Alright, we got some... Of course, it burned it all out on stuff we didn't necessarily want to do, but yeah, it's alright. Yep, now we just need to wait for that landfill to build in before we continue the rest. Yep, I can put in those myself. Oh, right. Yeah, we need power. We need power. There we go. Now we're online. And why are you not getting power? Probably because this really needs to be a substation instead. Did I burn myself out of landfill? We did. We burned all of the landfill we had in logistic storage completely out. Lovely. All right. There we go. You might have to see how we're going to fix that. I know that we are making landfill back in the old base somewhere. At least I thought we were anyway. The other place that we can look at is any of our washing plants. There we have 50,000 mud. We might be able to make that into landfill, I think. Where am I headed? Over here. Okay. Because I think that we can make mud, or we can make landfill from mud. I know we can make it from stone. Yes, we can make landfill from mud. Alright. Perfect. And let's put that into a passive provider silo. And we're going to go ahead and fill you up. There you go. Eat all of that mud. Eat even more of the mud. And even more. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. That was what, 50,000 mud? That should be able to turn into 2,000 landfill. Alright, but we'll go ahead and stop here. You gotta let that all build in. We're gonna have to fill in some of the walls. And then this will be our port for our eventual boats. Get that included. Alright. And then what we're going to have to do is build an outpost up here that includes all of this natural gas. And then we're going to make some boats. They're going to bring the gas over here. I think we can make boats. My whole plan revolves around being able to make boats. Yes, we can make boats. Good. Well, we'll work on that when we come back. So for now, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.